All right, this is how I turned $10 into $10,000 on the Super Bowl. I'm just kidding. Today's Saturday, Super Bowl's tomorrow. I do have picks down for what I think is gonna happen. And then this video is essentially gonna be how to sports bet and all of the categories and how to always do it. 3 different main ways to bet. You can bet the money line, which is who is going to win, who's going to lose. The spread, which is how much a team is going to win or lose by. And then the over-under, which is essentially, is the game gonna go over a certain amount of points or under a certain amount of points? And then there's more specific stuff like player props. Start with the basics and talk about odds. So the American betting system is placed in the minus or plus categories. So a team with the minus sign in front of it means they're favorites to win. And so let's look at this Sunday. The Philadelphia Eagles to win, the odd is minus 125. That essentially means if you bet $125 on the Eagles to win, you will win $100 back, plus the money you invested in. Now, if the Chiefs win, and they're the underdog, so they're not favored to win, which means you will get more if they win than if the Eagles win, because they're not favored. All right, so next we're gonna talk about the spread. The spread basically means that the team has to win by a certain amount of points, so it's the margin of victory. So for the Philadelphia Eagles, their spread is minus 1.5. So that means they have to win by 2 points for them to cover the spread and for you to win the bet. The Kansas City Chiefs are plus 1.5, which essentially means this. They either have to lose by 1 or win a game outright, and then that covers. And so next we have the over-under. And that is essentially meaning how many points the game is going to go over. So say the final score for the Kansas City Chiefs in the Philadelphia Eagles game is 24-21. That total is going to be 45 points. So 45 points, that would go over. So right now, the over-under is set at 51.5. And so 51.5 right now is not favored to happen. The odds are plus 100. So if you press the over for that, and it does go over, you would win more. But I don't see that happening. I feel like the game will go under. All right, so next we're gonna talk about player props. And this gets into more specific stuff, but it's still the same betting system and the same over-under process. And so I see the best place to gamble on players is Price Picks. It's just strictly players and whether they're gonna go over or under the set margin that they're stated at. So say you've got like Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes passing yards. So they're both set at, let me look. Jalen Hurts is set at 240.5 yards, and Patrick Mahomes is set at 293 yards. The reason that is because the Eagles like to run the ball more than throw the ball, and the Chiefs like to throw it more just because Patrick Mahomes has got Travis Kelce always able to catch the balls. So that's why they're set differently. And they're both very high. But if you know players better, and then you can bet on that. Same thing with like NBA and any other sport. Say you want like Giannis Antetokounmpo to go over 32.5 points, and you think he's gonna do that, and if you think it's gonna go over or under, you can bet on that. And I actually did that the other night, and it hit because he's like one of the best players in the NBA right now, and he's very good. So that's cool as well. The next thing we're going to talk about is how to bet. As in, you're either going to do a straight bet or a parlay. So a straight bet is how it sounds. You just bet on one thing. So if I just think the Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl and that's it, then I'm going to say put $100 down for the Eagles to win. And then boom, it's just that bet. A parlay is a multiple bets put together. And so say I think the Eagles are going to win. I think Jalen Hurts is going to go throw over 240.5 passing yards. And then I think the Hornets are going to win tonight against the Nuggets or something like that. obviously, it doesn't matter what's sport. It can all be just the most random stuff together, and so it's a bunch of things put together. So higher risk of all, high reward. So the more bets you put together, the bigger the payout is. But if one of those bets doesn't hit, the entire parlay fails and you lose the bet. So that's how parlays work. Now the next thing is where to bet. So depending on what you're interested in, if you're more interested strictly in player props, I would recommend Prize Picks, since it's just essentially betting on players. I use Fliff. I actually use both. I use Prize Picks and Fliff. I mainly use Fliff. It's a sports book you can get on the App Store. And the reason I use this is because each day they give you a free $1 that you can use to bet on anything. And that goes up to $5. And the reason I like that is because I don't really want to put my own money into it, just because I don't really want to put my own money into it just because I don't want to put my own hard-earned money. So they'll give it to me, and then I can gamble my way up. I started with $1, and right now I'm at $11.74. And so I'd say that's pretty good. I can show you some of my past NBA picks up on the screen. And obviously that's way harder because it's kind of like a ladder challenge. You're going from $1 to like a certain margin. So it's different from like, hey, I'm gonna put $100 on this and I'll gamble every once in a while. But it's fun, and that's what I like to do with me and my friends. And not too serious about it. So if we lose, it's like, oh man, but it's not like I'm gonna lose. Like I've lost my hard-earned money. Like I just don't really like doing that. But for the Super Bowl, I figured I'd put $10 on a parlay for Prize Picks, just because. And so that's what I have. I'm gonna show up on the screen. I've got Patrick Mahomes throwing 0.5 passing yard. That's like a free bet that they do just for the Super Bowl. That's obviously gonna happen, considering he averages like 290 yards a game. My next one is 3 others. More normal bets. I got this from a YouTuber online who does daily bets. They're very helpful, especially if you don't know how to sports bet, but you want to do it. So that was my first bet for the weekend. My second bet, most likely will be the Hornets play the Nuggets tonight, and I'm actually going to the game. And so I don't know what I'm going to do there. I might do an over or under. I might pick a team to cover the spread. Obviously, the Hornets are probably not going to win. The Nuggets are really good. Especially with all this trading stuff that's going on. The Hornets lost one of their good centers, Mason Plumlee. So I don't think they're going to win. But I'll get to the game, and then I'll see what I'm doing there. All right, so we were all the way over there. And now we are here. Looking at that. Way better than what we were looking at. All right, so we're at the Hornets game right now. Henry, how we feeling?
Good. We moved up in the world.
We moved up. We were all the way over there. We weren't content, so we moved. We went through like 3 different places. We got completely knocked out. They were like, no way you're coming here. But we snuck in here, and we got some great seats. Great-ish. We're enjoying this game. All right, so right now I bet on the Nuggets to win. They're down by 59-61, and then I bet on Jokic. I don't know where is Jokic? There he is. All right, we just got kicked out. There were people that were coming in, but we stayed for about a good 10 minutes, so I'd count that as a win. And now we're going back. All right, now we are back at the original seats. Way back up on top. Oh, what's she gonna sing? No, it wasn't We Found Love. Alrighty, there are 5 seconds left.
Record for Barstool.
Yeah, seriously. Alright. Alright, my parlay just hit. I'm up $100, so we're good. His girlfriend just broke up with him. Alrighty, what's going on here? Here we go.
What if it's an incompletion?
Oh my gosh. Crap.
Wow. What a bad throw. He had no arm.
That is terrible. There you have it. Chiefs win the Super Bowl.
That's honestly who this.
I'm up $100, but I'm still sad.
It's rigged.
Take care. Good night. Alrighty, let's recap this weekend because a lot happened. We're going to start with the NBA game, Charlotte Hornets against the Nuggets. I had one parlay with that game. I had Jokic going over assists and rebounds. That one soared over. He played phenomenal that game. Unfortunately, the Hornets are bad, so he was going to play well. And then I parlayed that with the Mavericks money line. I was going to do the Nuggets money line, but it was too late, so I couldn't parlay it. But regardless, I did the Mavericks money line. They played later that night against the Kings. They beat them the night prior, so it was back-to-back game. Dallas was away both times, and I thought it would go. I thought it would work, especially with Luka back and Irving, both of them playing well. They both played well, but it just didn't work out, but that's okay. So, obviously, on to the biggest part of this weekend, Super Bowl. I had two parlays, one on Fliff, one on Price Picks. So, the one on Fliff did pretty well. Shout out to my boy Reeves, one of my friends hooked me up with this bet. It did well. He had a good parlay, but unfortunately they just scored a lot of points. We did the under 63.5, and who knew it would have gone over? Like, it was a lot of points. But we had Pacheco over on rushing yards, Travis Kelce with a touchdown, and Chiefs covering the spread. All did well, except the under. But that's fine. I wasn't worried about that. It wasn't the bigger payout of the two parlays. Let's move to the one on Price Picks. So we're going to start with the obvious one, Patrick Mahomes going over 0.5. Passing yards, that one was going to obviously go over. That was a freebie. The next one was Dallas, our boy Dallas, tight end. He was kind of having a sort of slow start to the game, but around the third, fourth quarter, he really started picking up, and he was getting those yards. So he went over. Jalen Hurts did really well that game. He threw and rushed a lot, so that one went over. He had about 300 rushing and passing yards over the line. The line was 288.5, so that one did great. So all of those were good, and then we picked the under on MVS, which was kind of sketchy because the week prior he had a very good game. So it was definitely like he could have one good pass, it would be out. But thankfully our boy got 0 yards. He just was very irrelevant during this game. So that was good. So the script was good. Let's just say that. But yeah, that was pretty much all that had happened. Shout out to the Eagles for winning the Super Bowl. All right, shout out Chiefs for winning the Super Bowl. Not the Eagles. I don't know what happened. My brain just went poof. But yeah, Chiefs won. All right, let's get back to the video. It's unfortunate. I'm not an Eagles fan or a Chiefs fan, but I would have liked to see the Eagles win. But, that's all good. I'm a Jaguars fan, so we'll be back next year. But that's pretty much it for the YouTube video. Learning how to bet, what to bet on, and just having fun in an NBA game and having fun at the Super Bowl. Also, quick side note, for the Rihanna halftime show, I was really thinking if she was going to start with We Found Love. And when she started with another song, I was pretty devastated. But thankfully, I didn't put any money on that. It was just a little wager I had with myself. So, it's pretty good. But all in all, we made about $100 this weekend. And I'm very happy for that. That's it for the YouTube video. Thank you for watching. God bless. Peace.
Reeves, is your parlay gonna hit for the camera? Reeves.
I'm trying to watch basketball. Fuck.